Hello friends! Today here we got a Philips VCR that have some problems. The main problem is that there's a cassette stuck inside that won't came out. And if we plug the VCR to the power, we can only hear the loading motor running, but nothing happens. So now we're gonna plug in the VCR and listen what the problem is. Listen. And after a few seconds it shuts off. If I try to press play or the other functions, it goes to stop position and it doesn't work. So there's some problems here. Now we're gonna take the cover off and take a look of the inside and try to find out what the problem is. Okay, now I've took the cover off, and this is the inside of this 1994 Philips VCR. See, here's Philips. Here's the cassette, which is stuck inside, and unfortunately the tape is still out of the cassette and it is wrapped around the video drum and trapped by the pinch roller against the capstan. So here we have some problems because we have to unload the tape from the drum and remove the cassette. Now the first thing to do is to plug off the VCR from the main power. So let's plug it off. Here it is. And to gain a full access of the tape transport, we have to remove this circuit board here. It's quite easy to remove. It's only clipped by these three plastic clips here. So let's remove it. Oops. You have to be careful. And here it comes up. Very easy. Here's the main board. And here we have to remove this cable which is connected to the audio control head in order to remove the board. And this is the full mechanism, the tape transport. Up here, oh, and that's the problem. The loading belt is missing. So probably the belt that drives the other pulley down there skipped away because it broke. So we need to replace that belt. Looks like an easy to fix problem. So just a moment. Here it is. This is the loading belt. As you can see, it's broken. And of course we need to replace this belt. But at the moment we have another problem. We have to unload the tape back into the cassette without damaging it. So for doing this we have to turn that pulley down there in order to drive the main cam gear, which is down here, and disengage the pinch roller from the capstan and unloads the two tape guides here. So we start turning this pulley in one direction here, and we are probably able to see the pinch roller is disengaging the capstan. That's okay. And we continue to turn the pulley manually, and here's the tape guides are starting to move back, But at this point we have another problem. We need to rewind back the tape back into the cassette. So I've already removed the bottom cover in order to reach some more pulleys. This is the bottom side of the tape transport. This big flywheel here is actually the capstan motor, which drives with this belt, this yellow pulley here, which drives the take-up and supply spindle of the cassette. So we have to turn this pulley in one of the two senses in order to rewind back the tape into the cassette. As you can see, we rewind back a little piece of tape back into the cassette. So we continue to turn. Okay, now I've entirely unloaded the tape from the drum and we are ready to remove the cassette. Let's continue to turn the pulley. Here's the cassette moving and manually ejecting the cassette. See? Another second. Here's the cassette. Safely removed. No tape damage. As we can see, the tape is safe. That's good. Now we have to replace the loading belt and with a new one. Okay, if you see down there's a new loading belt that I've already installed, and now we are ready to put it back this circuit board, which is really easy. We simply have to clip it back to its original position. Here it is, and be sure to reconnect this connector to the audio control head. Now let's try to power up the VCR and see what happens. Turns on. Turn the VCR on. Okay. No cassette. So let's try to put a cassette in, see what happens. Okay, the VCR starts up and goes to an offload position. Let's try to press play. Loads the tape around the drum. The drum is spinning and the tape is moving. Yeah, that's great. Let's stop and eject. That's working again. That's great. Now, we have to put back the bottom cover and the top cover to finish our work. Okay, here's the VCR back together, and let's try to put the tape in, see if it still works. Goes in the stop position, and by default it says it's a 3-hour tape. So let's press play. Starts playing. Fast forward. Scan forward. Rewind. Play. Stop. And eject. Very good. Really simple to repair. Only a small belt brought back this 1994 Philips VCR to life again. So thank you for watching and see you in another video.